Hello everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Mark Taylor. I have something I want to share with you today. Just a kind of a parable of sorts. It was on a dark and stormy night. But it was dark and it was stormy, and the skies were filled with occasional flashes of lightning. And there were three men with their families traveling in three different cars down a certain mountain road. Now, unbeknownst to them, the storm had caused a mudslide, and it completely washed out a section of the road. The road simply ended in a deep crevice and destruction down the mountain. Now, the three men were driving closer together, and as they approached the sinkhole or the washed out road, or whatever we want to call it, a bright lightning flashed in the sky, and the lead driver was able to see that, hey, the road is gone, and he was able to stop his car, and the other two cars behind him stopped as well. And the three men got out and looked, and they saw, wow, this road is gone. If we'd continue on, we would have died. So they got back in their cars, and one by one, they headed back the other direction. Now the first car, as he's driving, sees another car coming. And he says to himself, in kind of a low chuckle, boy, are they going to be in for a big surprise when they get to the end of that road. And he continues on with his family and says nothing. The second car is similar to this. As the car approaches him and he sees it, he thinks to himself, should I stop them and should I say something to them? Well, maybe they're in a hurry. You know what? They'll be fine. They'll see the hole. They'll be okay. And he too continues on his journey and says nothing. But now the third guy, as he's coming down the road, he sees the car approaching. And he thinks to himself, they're going to end up dead unless I do something. So he pulls his car, flashes his lights, gets out with a flashlight, waves it frantically, does everything he can do to stop this car. And the car pulls over and stops. And two more cars come behind him, and they also stop. And the third guy looks at them and says, hey, listen, guys, you can't go this way. The storm or something has damaged the road, and the road just comes to an abrupt stop. And if you continue this way, you're going to go off the cliff and you're going to die. So be careful. Don't go this way. The first guy looks at him and says, you know what? You're just trying to stir up trouble. I don't know what's in it for you, but I don't have time. We're in a big hurry. I'm not listening to this. Just thanks, but no thanks. And he gets in his car and he heads on in the same direction. Second guy looks at him and says, you might be right, but I think that I'm smart enough that I can get around this thing and continue on because, I just don't have a lot of time to take, a detour and I go a long way and I got someplace I got to go. So, I appreciate what you're saying, but I'm going to be okay. I got this. Thanks. And he continues on too. The third guy looks back at his family and he says, mister, I appreciate what you're telling me. Do you know the longer road? Do you know another path to get to where we're going? To which the third guy says, yes, if you go this way and that way, and you make this turn and that turn, it'll take you twice as long, and it's a little more difficult to go, but it's safe, and you'll make it there in one piece. To which the gentleman thanks him, and they both continue on in the opposite direction down the road to safety. Now, the first of the two guys that didn't listen, didn't see the hole. And it went off the edge, and he and his family fell down the side of the mountain and died. And the second guy also, who thought he had it covered and refused to listen to the counsel of the man who had seen, he too missed all the signs and went over the edge, taking him and his family down to destruction, and they died. So let me ask you, who are you in this story? Are you the one who chuckled and laughed and thought to himself, well, they're in for a surprise? Are you the one who said, I just don't want to bother anybody. They'll be fine? Were you the one who did everything he could when he saw that people were heading for destruction, stopped and waved his arms and jumped up and down and made a fool of himself in order to stop them? Or are you one of the other three travelers? Are you one of the two? Are you the first guy that didn't believe and went on his way and died? Or maybe the second guy who believed you but thought he could make it without following your counsel, also went over the cliff and died? Or are you the last and third person who considered the costs and considered his family and took the longer, more difficult road to safety? Think about it, but more importantly, pray about it. See who you are and where you are on this journey. God loves you so much. He is sending messengers to warn us that we're on the wrong path. Will you be one who listens? This is Mark Taylor. I love each and every one of you with all my heart. I know that's hard to fathom, but I do. When I give these messages, they're not for myself. They're with you in mind. I hope these things help. May the Lord bless you and enrich you. May He give you wisdom and knowledge of His word. May it grow from you like a flowering fruit. God bless you all. We'll talk to you later.